would you like me to show you what this thing does?
Sure.
Or do you all have further questions?
We'll see the demo.
We can see it again.
Yeah, we can see it again.
What this system does is it allows you to utilize traditional analog medium, which is basically cassette. Allows you to listen to cassette, a good quality cassette recorder. Not only lets you listen to something, but allows you to record your voice and be able to play back your voice, so you can hear your voice and the master voice, and you can hear it both. So, in a traditional medium, you would have both analog type of things, which allow you to listen to what the student is doing, for the student to record their voice, all different types of uses of analog medium, like videotape, video disc. The newer variety of workstations work in a digital realm. In other words, they have a computer, which is your main point. And this digital station is, the basis of it is a computer, it's a PC computer. What it does have different in it is that it's got a what we call a Devachi, which is a board within the computer, which allows you to access and record and control media.
A little bit.
So I can go in here and pick a file, and
About a movie tonight.
obviously this will be
Listen
heard
and
over the
look at the
headset.
illustration in A again.
You've got, you can move anywhere you want on the file.
Too bad. But it's nice. But it's nice to hear your voice.
You can bookmark areas.
How about a pizza after French class? How about a pizza after French? How about a pizza after French class tomorrow?
You can also access video means.
Can we ask questions while we go on?
Please.
So this little box over on the right of the screen is the student's access to the Devachi, which is
Teachers,
What are we talking about now?
the Devachi.
Talking about this?
yeah.
Yeah, this is the user panel. And the user panel, as I showed you before, can be much smaller, can be small or big.
Okay, and so this is the student station.
This is the student station. This is what
So
makes
that's what
this.
I'm asking.
This is what makes this different.
This is the student's access to
That's right.
all of that.
And this is the student's access to digitize things that are either sitting on a server, or putting with a CD-ROM, or putting with a zip drive. That's how the student would use
access
it,
really everything.
access it, and would also be able to record their voice. You see the speak button? You record your voice, so you could be listening and recording your voice to it. It's also the point of communication between the teacher and the student. So the teacher can monitor the student, can see what the student is doing, can hear them, can talk to the student, can put this person in communication with this person. Those are the things that the computer isn't doing. It's the control electronics that are doing those. It's the communication system that's behind the computers. So the digital station allows you to access, allows you to record. You can save the student's file as a regular standard audio file. You can take it and save it to anywhere you want to on your network. You can attach it to an email. You know, it's a standard audio, standard WAV file, so it doesn't make any difference what where you go with it, as opposed to the student having recorded and it's sitting on a cassette. And it's nice and easy to take this and ship it or send it to anybody too, but this is considered traditional and passé. But you and I both know that it's also very effective too. So it's not really right to just throw it out at this point. So this is a digital station and gives you the capability of doing all of those things that the computer can't do individually, but it will act as a communication point and it's a media player. And then this area here, I'm just showing this on a bigger screen than this, though it's not really big enough. This is the control panel where the teacher would pick, for instance, if they had a videotape to show the students, they could pick videotape. They now have the controls for the videotape right here, so they could put it in play. They would see it, and simply by pushing manual, they will then be able to send that videotape to the students. Same way if they were putting in a CD audio, they could use CD as a source. You also can use digital files. As a source. And I can send that to the students. Hold on. I need to. Now, the student is hearing what the the teacher, through this window, enables you to put people into conferences so they can talk to one another, put it into pairs so you can see it goes 2, 3s, and 4s, so I can put this person with this person. Select this person and this person, this person and this person, this person and this person, this person, this person. And now with 21 students, you can make 10 pairs of 2, or 7 pairs of 3, whatever. So you can. These are the analog things. These are the things that a communication system does well, as it provides the ability to bring together audio, bring together presentation and communication things. You can also allow the students to talk to one another. So in other words, I can go in here and set this up. And you see how this came up? Now I can actually determine who I want to talk to. Basically, I can say I want to talk to, this was station 7, so I hit 07. And now station number 2 and station number 10 are now in a dialogue. So you can use this as this is the type of thing, this telephone is very active in Europe. Students able to start a conversation by just picking the person who they want to talk to and start a conversation. And the teacher at any point can talk to and listen to either one of those people. And the teacher can just get rid of this whole operation. Now they no longer are able to pick. So it's the teacher who has full control over the ability to set up these communication paths. But the critical thing is really the communication, because the teacher is able to work, to listen to the student, to record the student. You can record the student on, for instance, if you wanted to record a particular student, you could set up the student, and it's record on cassette. Now I can go in here and just determine who I want to be recorded. And now I can push copy, and now that student is now going to be recorded on this cassette, or I can do it as a digital medium. So those are the things that allow you to be able to document what you're doing in the class. It allows you to put people in communication, allows them to record themselves, hear themselves. I don't know, what else do we have here? You can use any type of analog and digital medium to provide that access. So the digital control panel, this is a console, but it's really only a piece of software which is controlling a set of electronics. You don't have a big old console anymore. You're dealing with what you have is a multimedia desk that you can have videotapes, video disc, access to satellite, access to a digital medium on a server, and use those as the sensory mediums that in order to help teach with.
And the actual console itself, you told us earlier, would not be this particular.
The actual
kind of
console
thing,
itself
but maybe-
is really just a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse. The rest is sitting at a desk that is a normal desk. It's got some electronics in it, yes, but basically you don't have big old control panel, things like that. And if you don't want the, it doesn't have to be there. Student machines still work just fine, but when the teacher comes in and wants to make it operational, here it is. It just sits on a regular Windows 95 or NT computer station. It can be, I'm being a little bit, certainly with all of the audio and things like that you're tying together, there's some sophisticated electronics that are doing that, and that you're paying for. But basically, that's what it's gotten down to, is the teacher doesn't have to be a computer technician, and doesn't have to be in front of a big traditional station anymore. It's now just like you would be in front of a classroom. You've got capabilities of using all of these program sources and being able to communicate with the students.
How much is it per student station?
Well, it's the cost of the computer, and it's the cost of the board that goes into the computer, which is the communication point, which is about $1,250.
Minus the computer? Yeah.
Yeah, plus the computer. So that's really what the major components of the lab are: the computers, their instructional station, and the traditional means, if you want to include some cassette decks and things like that, which I think are very important still, even 2 years down the pike, are still going to be very important. People talk about Walkman and things like that. The problem is you give student tapes, put it in a normal cassette deck, and if the tape is not wound correctly, you push play and spaghetti happens. This tape deck, hear that? It pulled the tape tight before the student ever got a chance to touch the. And that's the quality of the timbre electronics. That's what people have. We have just for the information. I have labs all the way from Western North Carolina. Probably have 15 university labs in North Carolina. In Virginia, we have labs Radford, Roanoke, Hollins, Washington Lee, VMI, Mary Baldwin, University of Virginia, William & Mary, University of Richmond, Northern Virginia Community College, Central Virginia Community College, Randolph-Macon Women's College. This is not something that we do, just for the time. It's we specialize in trying to put together these things, and the electronics we use are very good quality. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but they're also very good, and our reputation is based upon our support of that type of thing. I think you'll find that that's even to the point of anybody who's seen William & Mary, that lab looks as good today as it did when we put it in 5 years ago, and that was the beginning of the multimedia age. They've gone in there and they've changed the computers. That's the only thing they've changed in that time, and that's what makes a lab good. If you design the center so that it can upgrade, that's what's important. And in this lab, we're not talking about any dinosaur anytime soon, because what you're going to be upgrading is the computers. 2 years down the pike, the computers may look different than that computer right there, but it's based upon a normal standard computer. It's not anything that's proprietary to Tambury. All of this is based on regular PC standards. Questions?
Where are you located?
Alexandria.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Michael Bruno, Chair of the Humanities.
Very good. David Golden. That's really the point that you have to look at, is that it's not we're not talking about you're buying some proprietary system. You're really buying standardization with this, and anything you do, even if you bought a Divachi board and stuff today, 2 years down the pike, you're still going to be able to use it, because all you're changing is the computers, and the computers are changing because software needs more RAM, needs faster speeds, the networks are changing, but that's not going to affect the communication package that you put together.
Does this have capability for course provision or reception? If William and Mary's offering a German course that we'd like to get down through some sort of downlink
Sure.
here, and the students at the computers will therefore be able
Sure,
to...
you can downlink as a video signal, and you can take that right into the console, just like you could Skoll or anything like that, and then you can send the video out to the students who could watch it, and the teacher can actually bring back any question that the student has, and if you've got the two-way link, an audio link or even a video link, you could set that back up and send it to William and Mary or Radford or wherever it's going to be. Those things are all.
Is anybody using it that way, or with I don't know what the educational application, but the CUCME kind of setup where there's a camera and mic at each station?
Not that I've seen yet. I've seen CUCME work a little bit, but most people are using it as a little toy. Yeah.
Toy, right.
Yeah. But
well, that's
really,
my point of reference, but I
Yeah.
don't know if there's something in education that's more sophisticated.
No, people talk about distance learning, and I was involved with the Microelectronics Center network in North Carolina when it first. I was on staff at North Carolina Chapel Hill, and I designed the first link between Duke and Chapel Hill, and it was very good for computer science students and things like that. But it was a pretty expensive medium for getting people together. But it can be very good, and this has got the capability of bringing in either a computer signal and transmitting it, or a video signal and transmitting it, bringing back information. See, that's what this system will do. But just if you put normal computers like the ones outside, they're just normal individual computers. This allows you to pull all of those things together into one central point, and then be able to take it and go anywhere you want to go with it. Sure, you need somebody at that central point to be able to say, I want to take number 10 over there and send it. But yes, it gives you the communication methods to do that. And that reason.
And that's not an add-on. That's in the basic
package. And that's not really only a language process. That is, these people don't want to hear that, but it's basically it's a multimedia. It's a multimedia center.
That's the impression I had. You've got a multimedia center.
Sure.
With particular language applications.
That's right. The backbone is the